Hey guys, this is Erin, your Red Bottom Realtor, coming to you to talk about the home buying overview. Now, if you see my Instagram or you see my Facebook, you've seen me talk about these steps in a very basic, visceral type of way, but we're going to go and break it down. We're going to go a little bit further than the topical level, and we're going to discuss some things. So let's get into it. The home buying overview process. Getting qualified for a home typically involves a series of steps and considerations. This includes financial preparation, credit worthiness, understanding the home buying process. While this is a complex topic and it can be nuanced, here's a step by step guide to qualify for a home. Number one, assess your finances. Be honest with yourself. Review your current financial situation, including income, expenses, and savings. Determine how much you can afford for a home because you're making that mortgage payment. So, no matter how much you get qualified for or pre approved for, realistically speak to yourself and/or your spouse or anyone that's a dependent or with you going into this process and speak about how much you can get approved for. Oftentimes, when I'm talking to clients, especially if it is a uh, situation where there are people that are in the house that are doing this together, the expectations are different. So I'll go in and I'll say, okay, you guys, you've gotten pre-qualified or pre-approved for X amount of dollars. How much would you actually like to place to this home? Some people want to max it out. Some people are a little more conservative and say, hey, I don't want to go that much into debt. I think we can get all our needs met by X or Y. So having that conversation with yourself and or your spouse or your significant other is very important. The other piece of this puzzle is to determine how you can make sure that you're not going into it and negating any of the other um, obligations. So you don't want to be house poor. You want to be able to do what you need to do, but still be able to live in that house and maybe take some of your wants off the table and actually go and do them. Check your credit score. That's always important. Knowing exactly where you stand financially. You can obtain a copy of your credit report through various websites and check it. The higher your credit score, the more you could qualify and the better your interest rate will be. Save for that down payment. Now, there are different lenders or mortgage brokers that may have programs, or there might be county or state money set aside that could benefit you. However, you want to be able to go into it knowing that no matter if that money is there or not, you have made all of the needed or met all the needed requirements to qualify for a home. Then also know your DTI. Knowing your DTI, which is your debt to income ratio, it helps you understand how these lenders are evaluating your loan application. Aim to lower your existing debts to improve your ratio. Like it sounds, it's debt is your numerator, and then your income is your denominator. Number two in this process, uh, and before we get to number two, I want to make sure that when you're talking about debt to income ratios, you understand. So, your debt to income ratio is your monthly recurring debt. That's your numerator, divided by your gross, not your net, but your gross monthly income. So, that is what you want to be as low as possible as you're going into this home buying overview process. The second step that we're looking into is making sure you get pre-approved. Now, some people will incentivize you and entice you. You'll hear these mortgage lenders and these mortgage brokers saying, hey, you can be pre-qualified. And pre-qualified is good, but it's just the first step. Contact a mortgage lender or mortgage broker to get pre-approved. This involves a true financial evaluation is thorough. They want to make sure that they'll get some of your credit information. They'll want to make sure that they understand how much money you're bringing in and how much debt you have. But pre-approval truly gives you an idea of the loan amount you qualify for, and then you can make yourself more attractive to the sellers. So if they see that you're pre-approved, you have that pre-approval letter, you've already had that conversation with yourself or your significant other, then you know that you're at that point in time where you can find the right home and make an offer. And hey, that is exactly why I'm here for you. As a real estate agent, I want you to know that during this home buying process, you don't owe me anything other than me having the ability to have you as a client and provide agency for you. Meaning you don't have to pay me anything. It's not coming out of the buyer's account. And I don't want to stress that because sometimes we just don't know. We're not subject matter experts in this. It is not coming out of your account. It is not coming out of the home buyer's account to have a real estate agent working for your needs. So as a real estate agent, I will search for the homes within your budget and possibly try to find you that a home for that budget and as in your desired location. So once again, you're getting me working for you, and you, as the buyer, do not have to pay for it. But once we find a suitable home, I will work with you to make an offer. And I want you to understand that sometimes, even though the market has cooled a little bit, we have to be prepared for negotiations. Negotiations does not mean that they don't want your offer. They just might have some questions about things, or they might like the overall look of it, but there are some nuances that they would like to tweak. And we have to be prepared for that. I understand sometimes you may love a house, but any love that is not uh, satisfying your needs is no good for you. Houses included. So if you absolutely love this house, but during the negotiations, they want you to pay 40,000 over your pre-approval, there's no financial reason why you should go into that contract. And at that point in time, as your realtor, I'll give you my professional opinion, and then we can go from there. We will find as many of your wants and all of your needs as possible within your budget and within your desired location if it suits. But also understand that the negotiation is sometimes part of the process. But when you negotiate and you get exactly the house that you can afford and that works for you, and you negotiate it, and the seller is willing to meet your contract request, then you can complete the formal mortgage application and choose your lender. Your the seller has approved it. You're moving forward within the home buying process. That's always a good thing. The last thing, and this is a bonus because I know I said three, but this is the fourth one. Just remember that as you're going through it, you're closing the deal. So even though they approve it, the seller approves your contract, you've found the house that you desired, you've already had that conversation with yourself and your significant other, you have to make sure that before or during closing that you're reviewing and signing all necessary paperwork. Sometimes it feels like a waiting game. You're waiting, then you have to rush and do everything. But it's important to make sure that those steps are taken care of, and that you're working with your mortgage lender or mortgage broker in a lockstep manner to ensure that you have the transfer of full ownership. Keep in mind that you have to pay any closing costs and provide the down payment if possible. But hey, congratulations. Once you've closed the deal, you can move on that new home. Yay! So just remember, the home buying process can vary depending on your location, the type of mortgage you choose, and other factors. It's crucial to work closely with a professional like myself, and lenders or brokers to help guide you through this process. And hey, we're here for you. So this is Erin McCullough again, talking to you about home buying. Just a quick overview. If you like this, please, please like the page. If you need more information, don't be afraid to DM me. I always look at this uh, channel, and I would love to talk to you. See you.